Thank you, London Lass. And we are getting ready. It's a special day. It's a special day indeed. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Super Pac here on Twitch. It's Saturday afternoon, noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today's a bit of a game that is near and dear to my heart. It is one of my favorite arcade games of all time, and certainly cost me a few bucks to play back in its own right, and that would be... Hello there. How you doing, London Lass? Glad to have you here, as always. The game in question is Dragon Slayer. Now, Dragon Slayer is rather unique for its time because it was a Laserdisc game as opposed to your typical sprite-based or vector-based game that was made back in those days from the various manufacturers. So, it's kind of hard to compare our, console games to that type of game, but lo and behold, they made them. They made a few of them, as a matter of fact. They made more than one. And they made them for the computer games as well, and we'll touch upon that in just a moment. But first, glad to be here and on the big screen. Oh, you watched me on a big screen today. Very good. Oh my goodness, I better straighten my hair then. How do I look? Alrighty. I also want to say hi to my new follower since last broadcast. That would be MDuffy101. Thank you for following. I greatly appreciate it. So, Dragon Slayer. What's it all about? Well, it was back in the day when, lo and behold, they decided to do a little bit different. And some gentleman by the name of Rick Dyer... In fact, you know what? Let me turn that down. Turn off the arcade here. Some gentleman by the name of Rick Dyer came up with this little thing. Let's see what we can do to change video games. Turn it on its head. Make something different, something unique. And he did indeed do just that. My music died. Excellent. Anyway. Fab. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So he decided to do something different. And he got inspired by... Don't be shy. Jump on in and say hi. Absolutely. If you're watching, please come on in. Say hi to me. I actually know a few things about video games because I've only been playing them for the last 4.5 decades or so. So, absolutely. So, Rick Dyer decided to make something different. And in that industry, different is dangerous. Because it's a brand new industry still, even though it's been around for now about a decade or so, starting with Computer War and Pong. But again, different is dangerous. So here, let's take a technology we've never used before, and that would be the Laserdisc. So let's take a look at some of the pictures that have been amassed. There's Dragon Slayer right there. As a matter of fact, that's the side art from this cabinet. And what a cabinet it is! As you can see, just based on the screen right here, this is not your average video game. It is a high-resolution game of its time because its main graphics component was that of a Laserdisc, an optical disc medium. So they went out and promoted it just like it would a movie. In fact, here's one of its flyers. It's actually designed such as a movie with the directors and the producers and all that kind of stuff down there towards the bottom. And at one time, you actually saw a lot of these cabinets. Cinematronics was the manufacturer of Dragon Slayer back in 1983, and it was absolutely a fantastic thing to see. The cabinet was new, big screen that you were actually watching a movie, a cartoon. And you, as Dirk the Daring, would actually be trying to save Princess Daphne from the evil dragon Singe. My music decided to... Are you on or are you off? I'll have to check that out. Technical difficulties, yes, we love you. You actually got points based on when you moved, and it was rather critical when you moved, because if you even just mistimed it, your chances are we'll lose a life. And lives are big in video games, aren't they? So some of the beautiful art that you would actually find on a Dragon Slayer console, I have to admit, the artists over at Don Bluth, who actually did the animation, Don Bluth is co-credited for its creation along with Rick Dyer, because without him, obviously, it couldn't have happened. And like I said, it was something brand new and radical. And they've made, over the years, as time has gone on, they've done documentary on how all this was made. It's quite amazing. They were flying by the seat of their pants. They had no idea whether or not this was actually going to work, because you're actually taking a movie just like you would on a Laserdisc, which is pretty much the grandfather of the DVD or the great grandfather of the Blu-ray. And you would actually be jumping around on it, kind of like if you take a record, what's that, a vinyl disc, if you will, and just hopping around different parts of the album and trying to play a game out of this. So, rather unique technology. Unfortunately, it was also rather fragile technology too, because a lot of these machines wind up kind of breaking down over time. There is our hero, Dirk Daring. We'll get involved with him in just a moment. And there's the actual medium, the laser disc. Starcom was the manufacturer as far as the building of the Laserdisc player, along with everything that's controlling it. Cinematronics was its publisher. It was pretty neat. Now, I happen to have one of these Laserdiscs. Hey there, hey Struxmeister 5, how you doing today? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Dragon Slayer, like I said, was a pretty unique game. Because it used, of course, chip technology, that's in order to play the game, but it used that so you could actually see the game. Its visual medium was that of a Laserdisc, the great-grandfather of Blu-ray. And I've seen projects of people actually restoring these cabinets. There's one right here. Good morning, how are you today? What time is it over there in your parts of the world there, Strax? Just out of curiosity. So right now it's 12:07 p.m. here on my neck of the world. Good, I'm glad you're doing great. Glad to see that. Your basic control was very simple. You had a joystick and you had a sword button. So nothing major or outlandish, and it was a 4-way joystick. 1 a.m. in the morning, good heavens. And London Lass, hi, how you doing again? 1 a.m. in the morning, my goodness. You're up late. Normally this is the time where I start going to bed at that time. But you know what? It's all good. It's all gaming. Gaming's what matters here. Hey, absolutely. So you had a sword button that you would use whenever your sword was necessary, of course. Sometimes you wouldn't want to use your sword when it's not necessary, because that could actually be a danger in this game. And what's the beauty about this game is that all these years later, they're still making this stupid thing. This is, on the screen now, a miniaturized Dragon Slayer. It's only about that big. In fact, I'll show you the next one here. There's perspective of your average hand. And this hand holding is a miniaturized Laserdisc. And there's the Laserdisc player that goes into this unit and that powers it up. Obviously, it's not a real Laserdisc, but the fact that they actually went to that level of detail is incredible. And to this day, they still do this kind of stuff. And I was amazed to find this, a mini bar top arcade dream machine of Dragon Slayer. This was done by Digital Leisure. My goodness, I would have loved to have something like this in the house back in the day. And even Arcade 1-Up has gone out of their way to do a Dragon Slayer cabinet, which is absolutely amazing. It even looks very much like the original cabinet design. Gorgeous. But anyway, I get ahead of myself. Now, back in the day, they actually did make some computer versions of the game. And we're not going to really touch upon those because those are not consoles by our definition. Even today, yes, they still make... see, in 2002, they came out with the 20th anniversary of the Laserdisc, because they were actually putting it back into production briefly for collectors 20 years ago. Now here we are 40 years, and the game is still popular, at least as far as collectors are concerned. In the world of the IBM computer back in those days, they made home versions of Dragon Slayer, try to make it as close to the Laserdisc version as possibly and humanly can. Again, we're not really going to touch upon those. They aren't console. They're computer. It's a little different. And they made several versions of it, one for the IBM, one for the Amiga, and they literally would be storing that, and you'd get a series of discs, floppy disks or diskettes, and you literally would load them in one by one into your computer to fill up with RAM. And then later on, of course, ReadySoft, which was one of the more modern developers, actually made some diskette versions, pretty much taking unused footage and footage from a sequel, Dragon Slayer 2 Time Warp, and making it into its own game. Now, the first optical disc, which we also won't show here, was this one. Sega CD actually made sort of like, let's say a Laserdisc version, but again, it was the Sega CD. It was a little limited as far as its visual prowess, so it was a bit grainy. They actually compromised a lot of the scenes together. But there it is, your first optical disc version, the CD version for Sega CD, and even Philips CDI had one, and so did the 3DO. The console versions we will touch upon today are the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yes, they actually had one. It's from ImageSoft. It's produced here, done by Movie Time. And then there was a Super Nintendo version even. That is Dragon's Lair, done by Deity East, also done by Movie Time. And then, of all things, Capcom. Remember them? Chilling and listening. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a history nut when it comes to this type of stuff. So you'll have to forgive me. For the Game Boy Color, much to my amazement and out of my curiosity, I did purchase it just to see what the hell it was. Dragon's Lair for the Game Boy Color. And then after this, we will have... Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, well... expanding my knowledge. Yeah, well, here you might accidentally learn a couple things here through my clumsiness. So this is what happens when you get, I got started back in the mid-'70s, so I learned a lot of things, but of course I had to do it through trial and error. Then after that, we'll touch upon the somewhat unofficial sequel to Dragon's Lair, which will be Space Ace. This is at the time when video games were kind of becoming not so popular anymore, so the timing of this was a little lousy. But indeed, they, once again, from the creators of Dragon's Lair, promoted it like a movie. Practically it was. Much harder game, too. They gave all kinds of different options. You could go one way, or you could go the other and still be successful. Here, you are Dexter, who got shot by an Infanto Ray, and you have to re-energize yourself to become Ace. And you can play the game as Ace, or you can continue on through Dexter. It really didn't matter. Just one was a little harder than the other. And once again, various art for that. They once again made a mini cabinet for that as well, much to my absolute amazement. And there's an arcade one-up for it, much to my absolute amazement. And Super Nintendo also had a version of that from Absolute Software. Yes, and once again, it's like you try to compare a Laserdisc game to a console game, and is it possible? And we'll find out the hard way, I think. First, we're going to load up Dragon's Lair in just a second. In order for me to do that, though, I kind of have to power up a few things, so I will have to hit pause. I'll be right back. Say I was having a little difficulty because it wasn't actually syncing up properly. It still won't, so not until the picture actually comes up on the screen. So we'll deal with that here in just a second. There we go.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon.
Don Bluth? Yes, Don Bluth. Yes.
You control the actions of a daring
Don
adventurer
Bluth,
finding his way through the castle of a dark
director.
wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
That is quite loud. So let me see if I can actually control the volume on this one. I don't think I can because there is no controls for that. So I'll just do it the hard way here. Do. Yeah, that was a little loud. Turn you down that way. Alright, so let's see. It doesn't show you the title screen, which is kind of strange. It just goes right to a blank screen. For Twitch, as far as anything else, it's okay. So, let's go ahead and get started. And here it is, the castle. Singe is guarding Daphne. And the emulator Princess Daphne is well named, I think. Up, the fire ropes. Here we go. Yep, there we go. I probably put in an allowances, a salaried allowance, if you will, playing this game back when I was younger. Now, last time I played one of the Laserdisc games was back when I was really kind of testing around Twitch, and I accidentally crashed my computer with it. So hopefully I'll have a better outcome on this one. Oops, I didn't do it in time. That's what I get for talking. Oops, too soon. That's what happens when you move too soon. You can't do that. Alright, oh, here's the good one. That is a perfectly timed one. That's a tough one because of those two rods there. That's an interesting one. Some of the boards are quite simple. Some are not. Say this is a medium one. As far as I haven't hit the elevator one yet. Too soon. Really? Ow. Yep, that's when you don't want to hit the sword. Last life. Let's try this again. Boom. So imagine you're in 1983 and you walk past all these video games and you come across this thing. It's the only one you get points. Oh, too soon. Ah! I died. Never fear, I got another quarter. Let's try it again. There you go. Yeah, you really have to time it just right. If you're just even a second too soon, you're going to wish you had timed just right. Reversal of the first screen we saw. Three. This is one of my favorites. Oh, yes. Oh, another popular one. Believe it or not, some of these scenes are actually edited. For whatever reason. So there's a few seconds missing off this scene, but if you actually played it throughout on your Laserdisc player, you'll see the missing scenes. Of course, you can't actually play it, you just simply watch the scenes and all the deaths all in one. But still. Now, all the scenes where I've died, I will have to play them again at some point. Ding. All right. There you go. What happens if you don't get off? Well, you just plummet right down to the bottom. You only get one shot at this. Yes. Oh, too soon. And in my right ear. The Lizard King. Okay. Aha. That was one of the more complex scenes. My brother laughs at me whenever he sees me play this one. Oh, too soon? Really? I can't tell you why yet, because that hadn't happened. There you go. Yep. I did hit the sword. You even heard ding. Wow. Okay then. Oh my goodness, the Black Knight. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Blah, blah, blah. I chose the right door. Choose the wrong door. Bad news. Oh. It's funny, the first drop is the only one you actually get points on in the game. There are two others below it. And if you choose one of those, you don't get any points. Points actually matter in this game, believe it or not. There used to be a game show called Starcade. And people would actually play video games, competed with each other for points. And whoever got more points at the end of the game would be the winner and then play for their very own arcade game. Rather cool concept back in the day. And this game was quite the favorite. Ah, another popular board. Another timing board. There you go. As he sings happily. Once again. There you go. And when the two of them meet together. All those buzzers when I hit a little too early. Okay, once again, timing. There you go. So one time I tried to hit that with my sword. That didn't go too well. Funnily enough. My brother keeps laughing at that every time he sees this one. Just can't let things go. Oh, another one. Here we go. And that, if you do that too soon, you get caught. There you go. Giddy goons. Are they? Big old spider. indeed. Some of the death scenes are just a tad macabre, though, I will have to admit. As he takes forever drawing his sword. Yeah. No sound on the game. Okay. Didn't know that. Let's turn that up. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Alright. I do truly apologize. Alright. How about now? Are you able to hear it now? Okay. This is one where I died, stupidly. Alrighty. This is one where I died, stupidly. I've been going through all my past death scenes, which is good. Thank you. Man. There we go. Okay, so it's taking me to all the scenes where I've died. It's kind of good, I guess, to get them out of the way. Which means, generally, I'm about to hit the Dragon's Lair. See if I'm right. Nope. Damn. That's such. Nope. Yep, I'm running out of screens. There you go. There you go. Okay. Yep. Seriously, what's the timing on that one? Alrighty then. This is the last scene I have, so that's why it's not jumping around from scene to scene. There you go. Yes, the game was quite picky with timing. And some scenes more than others. I have this one scene. Oh, that's what I didn't do. Okay. Could have pulled on the chain. That'd been funny.
Save me!
Oh, bugger. Jesus.
Save me!
The only thing it doesn't keep is your score. So if you did what I just did, this is unfortunate. Bye-bye score. And I don't recall it having a vanity table per se. And the Mudman, yep. Really? It gets frustrating. I'm kind of glad I'm not doing Dragon Slayer 2, I have to admit. Alrighty. 3 lives. I can do it. What? Oh, you know what? I think it flashes. That's right. Yeah, this is not my favorite board at all. It is literally a timing board. Hey, Duffy 101, how you doing today? Welcome to Dragon's Lair. You watch me die continuously here on the Mudmen board. Because it's all timing, and my timing right now sucks. How you doing today? M Duffy 101. Thanks for following me, I appreciate it. Okay. I think, really? I'm all good, thanks. Excellent. Glad to hear. It's Saturday. Everyone should be going on Saturday. You know, I'm hitting too soon. Like I said, this took quite a few of my dollars back in the day. Okay, wait till the flash. There you go. I wait till the flash and it's still... Welcome, happy Saturday. Indeed, London Lass, indeed. Lots of things flash, but lots of things don't. You just gotta wait for it. I'm gonna go through another set of lives on this. I see it already. There you go. All right, here we go. Day of Reckoning. The idea is to keep Singe there asleep.
Oh.
They modeled
Save me.
Princess Daphne after Marilyn Monroe.
With a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
Okay, there's the magic sword right over there. There you go. Aww. What's amazing... Yeah, there you go. What's amazing is that you literally play for about... If you did it continuously without dying, you actually played for about maybe 13, 14 minutes. And that's it. Now, the death scenes are another thing. The death scenes were quite humorous. So, is there a way that I could actually show them all real quickly? Let's see. Ah, the new scenes. Yes. Will it actually do it? Apparently it won't. Awesome. Okay, these are some of the new scenes. I switch it over real quickly. And you can probably see the difference. Now, I've not played it with the new scenes too often. Some of them aren't that new. That's not... Okay. I thought I was going to show just the new scenes only. Apparently not. There you go. One of my favorite ones. Oops. Anyway. We'll stop the game right here. Anyway, that's Dragon's Lair. Now, the beauty about that, like I said, that you got to play it in the arcade. Problem with it, though, the game literally would break down after a while. The thing, it's a Laserdisc player inside of an arcade unit. So, yeah, it's going to have some problems. And in fact, a lot of them did indeed break down. Which is kind of a shame. We're talking about something that literally was revolutionary for its time. Other timing aspect of this, that the video game market crashed shortly after the launch of Dragon's Lair. They did make a sequel, Space Ace, which we'll see in a little bit later, but lo and behold, it was kind of bad news for Rick Dyer. Rick Dyer put a lot of money, investment into the technology that we just witnessed. And unfortunately, some of it didn't work out for him. He did make some other games. After Dragon's Lair and Space Ace, there was supposed to be a Dragon's Lair 2 to come out in 1984. By that time, of course... Oh, you got so loud on me. Can't control the volume too well. No narrator, because this is the prototype screen. So you can narrate it yourself. Okay, before it scares me any further, we will turn that off. Oh man, forgot about that. It starts up every so often. Anyway. So that was that. 1984, they were going to come out with Dragon's Lair 2, and it was pretty much already set to go. Its publisher was originally going to be Nintendo of America, if you can believe that. But like I said, the market fell, and then there's that. So it's kind of a shame. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to switch technologies. We're going to go to the Nintendo Entertainment System in just a moment. But first, we got to hit pause. Be right back. Hey, Ian, how you doing? Caught you guys playing Fortnite yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I just realized I'm muted. Excellent. How you all doing today? I was just saying, I got M. Duffy, London Lash, Gene, and Strax all in the house. How you all doing today? Happy Saturday. Alrighty. Now, next up is going to be... Next up is going to be the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, I was really, truly, honestly surprised that this thing actually even exists. Nintendo Entertainment System, for its time, back in 1985 when it was developed, Famicom, wonderful technology of the time, certainly arcade technology of its day, but it's going to try to simulate something like Dragon's Lair, which, as you just saw, no other game looked like it from that moment. So I will say this is a few years after Nintendo's debut. I believe this is 1990 when this game came out. It's certainly graphically it's fantastic. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll let you be the judge. Remember, this is now the console stacking up against the arcade game which we just witnessed. And let's go ahead and hit play. It's done by CSG ImageSoft Inc., licensed to Nintendo, just like every other bloody thing out there. Movie Time Limited did the development of this particular game. And I will say this, I was actually impressed by it. Let me kill my music here real quickly. And it's a little soft, I have to admit. There you go. Okay, so, doesn't really have much of a title screen, except you get to hear ye old music. So far, not bad. Fairly impressive. I was right about the year. How about that? I'm doing this all from memory, so if I misquote something, Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay, here are some of the. Look at the graphics. This is Nintendo Entertainment System. Pretty good graphics. I wish it's like hung around a little longer, but here we go. I can jump. I can throw knives. Strangely, I can't use my sword. It's not a thing in this game. All I can do is throw knives and jump. The controls are very sluggish. Okay. What happened here? The thing didn't capture. There we go. Well, gosh darn it, here we go. Thank you for the whisper, I appreciate it. Let's go, and like I said, miracle of technology. It's supposed to have some music here. Oh, one of these days. A technical difficulty. Stand by for just a second here, folks. There it goes. Nope, the screen is frozen. And now it should be okay going forward. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Try it again. Tom, Dick, and Harry to see if I can do better scores than... Oh, look at this. See, Dirk did absolutely nothing. Let's see if I can actually improve upon that. Try it one more time. Here we go. Like I said, look at the graphics here. This is actually pretty darn amazing for the Nintendo Entertainment System. As I was saying before, there is no sword for me to use. I can only jump, and I can throw knives at bats and stuff. Now, what's irritating about this, other than the clunky control... Ooh, lost a little bit of energy. Simple things like jumping has to be perfectly timed. Yeah, tell me about it. Oh, get down, get down! Ooh, close. You can't just do that, no, so you have to stand up, throw a few of these. pray that they hit. You know what? I'm going to take a... Can't do that? Yes, I can. Excellent. Oh, I got inches to spare. As long as I duck in time. Now, if you saw at the beginning of the arcade game, it's similar to this, except they were tentacles. But the problem with the arcade game is that you actually didn't get to see the battle Dirk had with the tentacles on the drawbridge, because that got edited out. Okay. Now, part of this drawbridge will actually collapse. Back to the bats. No! There we go. All that for naught. As graphically beautiful as this game was, it did have some problems. And that is... Yeah, it was a timing game just like the arcade, so I'll give it that. Big clue is that G. Okay, now I get down here as quick as I can. Imagine it. I can't believe I actually got that many knife shots. Oh, duck, duck, duck! Oh. Alright, now, half remembering where that stupid G was. There you go. And I'm in the castle. The rest of this should be quite easy. Okay, I'm surprised I didn't die there. Strangely enough, any one of those will hit you, you die instantly. Like that. Just like that. Man. Like I said, the gold there, the G's as it were, they kind of... Did I do anything with that? Seriously. This game was super frustrating, as gorgeous as it was. Can't win. Can't win. Oh, I got this. Oh, I know. I tell myself that every day when I do this. I've played so much worse. Can't win. Yep, 1-0. Yep, game over. All right, it has vanity table for some strange reason. Name of shame. I replaced... Well, Harry's gone, so now it's just Tom, Pack, and Dick. Paired up with worse. And I get to start all over again, because there is no continue. Okay, so let's see how far I can get now. Okay. Down, down, down. Okay. Hey. Whew. Oh. I got this. Take a little bit of damage from that bat. Bat's like the only thing that won't kill you instantly. So why even have an energy bar? Well, you have an energy bar because standing around will literally cause you to lose life. So you just can't, sit on your laurels and say, I'll just stand here for the rest of the game. No, because you slowly deplete of energy. I'll say this. Very good as far as what they were trying to do. I applaud them for that as a gamer, because by this time when this game came out, I've only been playing games for about maybe 15 years. But yeah, this game is frustration. Okay, got 2 gold! Yay! 220 points! Woohoo! If I can get that snake... That's close. Look at that. Okay. Another snake better not come out. Oh, close. Okay, there's an energy cell that I will never get to use. Well, okay. The arcade where I played this one was actually 50 cents. Landon's last said it cost about $1. It did vary. Some arcade owners took full advantage of the pricing of this thing. Because it was brand new technology. They paid a fortune to get the arcade game in the first place. So, yeah. Oh, hurry, hurry, hurry. Any more? I know some... Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, you can't... Oh, good lord. What the hell? My head hit the... hit the top of that. Okay, those are where the bats are going to be coming out. You can't step up that thing like a normal person. No, it's Dragon's Lair, so you have to jump! Like I said, it's Dragon's Lair, you have to jump! Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, at least it started me from there. That's awesome. Okay, curious. The bats are now going that way. I'm not going to do that. If the bats want to fly away from me, I'm all for it. Go, fly. Flyeth. Should be actually timing against the guy throwing the rocks. Okay. There we go. I don't believe it. This game is frustrating. And honestly, as you play a game, I mean, you play games that are tough, play games that, you know, test your mettle, as it were, but not to the point where you just say, you know what, this is the most frustrating thing I've ever played. Of course. Look at that. Can't win. Ah, the Lizard King. That's new. It's gonna take too long. Even though I just got here. Okay. Notice there's a gap between these two. This game really liked torturing you. Not bad. Got pretty far that one. I didn't even notice my score. Not that it matters. See how far we can go. I replaced Tom, so now Dick and Harry are gone. Now it's Tom Pack. One more try. One more try of this absolute fantasy of torture. Getting better. And I will say this, I never did beat this for this particular version. I will say this also, you learn the game mechanics pretty quickly on this one. But it's so much trial and error. Like here, you don't lose so many lives in the beginning unless you do, you know, unless you're a little careless. Like I'm about to demonstrate, I hope not. Yeah, there you go. I'm through, but only one gold piece. With a knife. Actually, he will kill you upon contact. Not sure why he's coming out so quickly. Okay. I'm close enough now. Oh. That's why I had to come out. Oh, hurry! Ah! Bugger! So you can tell when the Lizard King comes out, by the way, when all the other creatures disappear. Keep forgetting about the stupid snake. Oh, that was close. Okay. Gold piece. I think the Lizard King has to do with... Damn, that... I think Lizard King also has to do with my inactivity. So in other words, it forces you to do stuff. Yep. Seriously? Oh, he only hurt me. Excellent. Now, just for the notice here, the Super Nintendo version was done by the same people. And he's worth no points. Oh, I appreciate it, Strax. Okay, I'm getting really tired of you, Lizard King. I'd have to deal with you in the arcade game. Hesitated. I may have to actually... Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to crawl for that one. There's a snaky poo here. Okay, there is a gold piece. Might as well just let him hit me. Man. Didn't even get my score up onto the vanity table. What do you think so far? If you saw the Laserdisc version, and if you missed the Laserdisc version, by the way, you can check back on the VOD, or you can just go on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of examples of what the Laserdisc looked like. But this is what you had. Now, back this time, the Sega CD and the CD devices for your game consoles didn't exist yet, so. unless you had a computer, unless you had one of those floppy or diskette versions, this is what you had. The CD-ROM did exist, but it wasn't out for general consumer level yet. No, one more. One more. Just for torture's sake. Okay, hit the stupid bat, grab the stupid gold, turn around, pray that he doesn't shoot. Turn around. No, a little bit further. No, a little bit further. Okay. Throw. Duck. Throw. Duck. Throw. Now, Dragon's Lair was actually popular enough to even get its own cartoon on ABC, the American Broadcasting Corporation. They did try to kickstart fund a movie on this as well. Okay. Hall of Frustration. Seriously? Oh, sure. Hey, you know what? That's awesome. And that time he was a little too close. Oh, man. 2, 3. I shall ignore the energy. I can't ignore that. Good jump. Okay, Snaky Poo? Nope. Batty Poo. Snaky Poo? Nope. Seriously. I have no idea what the D is for. I know I'm running out of energy rapidly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is suck. Good job. Okay, and this is where they start flying away from me because they know it's a very hard game. Strax, you're absolutely right. So when we old gamers tell people video games weren't harder then, we lie. They were quite hard then, yes. One, two, because of that stupid cliff. Okay. Ah, there we go. At this point, I don't care about those bats. One, two, three. Not fast enough. I always find the old games harder because you need to memorize everything. In a lot of ways, yeah, that's true. This is a fine example of memorization here. Dragon's Lair has always been a game of timing. Is not, and memorization for that matter, true, sure. You got to know not only where to go, but when to go. Because if you do things 1, 2, 3, if you do things just a little too soon or a little too late, it will be disaster. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Yay. I wish I could get a point of view, a first-person point of view from Dirk's seeing this thing just coming down on him. Oh, man. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, because you have to jump over that, in between those two things. But of course, you know. There's a snaky snake right there. 1, 2, 3. There's another snaky snake coming up right there. 1, 2, 3. How many lives do I have? 0! Yes! Perfect opportunity to be daring. Oh, you're gonna do that. You're really gonna do that? Okay. Small jump. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Go! Okay. Yeah. Timing on the bat. I'm timing on that. 2. I don't care at this point. Okay. Watch there be a snake or some other unforeseen vile thing coming out. No snake? No? I'm low on energy, so... Just win. Yep. Oh, you've got to be kidding. And of course, that was the boss scene. All I can say, back in this era, Strax, that we had a video game movie rental store, Blockbuster. Thank God. Now, some of us were dumb enough to buy this kind of stuff back in the day. The smart kids actually rented them first so they can see whether or not they liked it, and then when they said this game sucks, then they can just return it and they only wasted $3 versus the, I think, what, 30 this game was back in the day. Normally I just check this out. So here's some of the other forms of torture. Oh yeah, of course. Blockbuster made a ton of money back in those days. Not only just renting out your favorite film when they hit videotape, that was the thing then, but your Nintendo and Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo games were all rentable. You go to your local Blockbuster and just go and rent, be happy, and if you find that you've been renting it a little too often, then that's the time when you know you should purchase it instead. But, oh yeah, this should have been a rental for me, but you know me, I have to have Dragon Slayer, because it is one of my absolute favorite arcade titles. And, you know, inside my tiny little brain should have said, this is not going to be the game, you know that, right? And the other me says, it's Dragon Slayer, how bad can it be? That's how bad it can be. Graphically, however, it's gorgeous. Gameplay, it is a clunker. And normally I just kind of switch titles there, but I'm not going to even wait. I just have to turn it off. It's amazing what 30 years difference will do. It's amazing. In 1990, I was quite a young man. As now, I'm a bit older and dumber. Patience, yeah. Patience was key on this game, and the average Nintendo player was not known for that. And you gotta remember, this is not the era of role-playing games. They did have Final Fantasy, that is true. They did have Dragon Warrior, which is Dragon Quest rather, elsewhere. And Legend of Zelda. That's it. You know, they really, even Crystallis, when I was playing the other night, came out around the same time this game did, 1990. But they were uncommon. All games were action. And as you said, there were a lot of memorization, there's a lot of timing. That's why when I see people play the Super Mario Maker 2, and then they literally get trolled by some of the levels that are just absolutely nutso. But there it is. Time to fire up the old Super Nintendo. We'll be right back after this pause. This is another Dragon Slayer Cartridge Edition, and for all intents and purposes, you kind of have to ask yourself, why? And you could rent this, true, just like you could the other Dragon Slayer, but why? No, when you can just buy out the game and wish you hadn't. This is for the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, take your pick, depending on where you are in the world. Data East, one of the more profound publishers of its day, did a great job, in my opinion. I'm not going to mince words. It's a lot easier than what we just witnessed earlier. So, having said that, let's slide this over here so I can get a better look at it. Get that music player out from there. Speaking of which, it's done by the same people, not the same publisher. Data East was the distributor on this one, but Movie Time Limited decided to take a second shot at Dragon's Lair for whatever reason, because they just didn't torture you enough the first time around. So, having said that, let's take a look at what this has to offer. Sometime today. There we go. That was rather lengthy. Already the music's better. Just a second. Let me do that real quickly. Yep, I see a problem. And turn that down just a tad. All right. Not too bad. Okay. Interesting title. Can you hear the game okay, Strax? Just out of curiosity. Okay, good. I will say this, as you can tell, they've a bit of an advancement here. Not only in the sound chips of the Super Nintendo, because I have to admit, the Super Nintendo had one of the most awesome sound chips for its day. You can see some of the fun hijinks that you get to play here in this particular Dragon's Lair, like Dirk being trapped in an air bubble. Yes. I think with the first time around they tried just a tad too hard. They concentrated on all that graphics, but they kind of forgot one of the basic things of gaming is gameplay. And we've seen some games where the graphics are okay, but the gameplay is just absolutely, stellar. And we kind of forgive them for that. All right, let's go ahead and start the game, shall we? We even get a castle intro. My goodness. Now here you actually have more or less a map of progress here. This is our starting point. And you'll go into the various rooms, but this is the castle entrance. I can jump, I can throw axes, but more importantly, I got a sword that I can... Ah! Oh. Oof. Really? Yes, it is. Much faster, much... you do have a great deal more control. And I can do other things here as well. So you can climb ropes. I know there's a singe head there. Ah! Bad. How do I get the hell? I don't think it's... Oh. Ah! I can duck too. How about that? Come on, climb. Climb! There you go. Even had Dan Molina's voice, who is Dirk Daring. He was the, he was one of the artists, actually. I believe he did the artist cleanup. Okay, I know that you don't want to go too far down below because you will die just like that. Perfect. Okay, so now we get to find things out a little bit better. Okay. Oh, I picked up a knife. Okay. Now I do notice that the timer is not timing, and that's because there is a cheat in this game which I've actually activated, just so I can actually show you some of the game, because this game is damn difficult. I'm gonna tell you that now. But why not? But the controls are much better. You earn those. Wow. Those little hats keep you alive. They pretty much are your lifeline. Oh. Because every time you get hit, you lose one, so you grab one more. And some creatures hit harder than others. I remember the snakes. I don't remember the brooms so much. Not even in Dragon's Lair 2, for that matter. Okay, I'm at the end of the board. So, now, next board. And it plays just like the rooms that you found in the castle on the original Dragon's Lair. But it's more of a platformer. Okay, I want that thing. Give me it. Okay, gold. And some of your more familiar elements of the arcade game are found here. Oh, wow. There you go. There's your Lizard King. He can stay up there for all I care. Ah! Okay. Oh, come on. Yes, things do come back. They come back from the... Oh, goodness. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. Ah! Colored balls. Ah. And there's the exit. Now, where will it take me now? Next board. Looks like Mudmen are in my future. Music, like I said, music and graphics are quite good. Gameplay is pretty interesting. Giddy Goons. I think a lot that has to do with the fact that the Super Nintendo was a rather good machine for graphics, sounds, gameplay in general. I mean, it wasn't fast like the Sega Genesis. That was a very fast machine for its time. Okay, I know. There you go. Okay, you know what? Screw this. Oh, Mugman! It's funny, in the arcade game, your sword didn't do anything to the Mudman. Okay, made it to the exit. Where do I go now? I'll go back up to the top, so therefore that means that this actually has more than one exit. I don't know if that's good or bad. So let's see what these... Come on. Come on, come on. Yes, it does. And you gotta remember, in the arcade game, the boards were sort of randomized. But certain boards would not be introduced until certain things were met. Okay, I believe this is the actual bottom. No, because there is a rope that goes there. Like I said, I don't remember the room. You saw that. You didn't see that. Alright. You guys go down this way? Oh, that was close! Interesting. Okay. Good job, Skip. You looked away? You know, the way I'm playing, I kind of did too. It didn't. So I'm curious. Obviously, we exited from the top. Okay. Okay. So I'm guessing I'm stupid. Because otherwise I'm just going to go circular, you know, room to room and all that. Okay, not this one. His voice always cracked me up. He's supposed to be this adventurous knight. Oh, that's fantastic. The other exit. There you go. And how about that? Takes me to a new room. So yes, there are multiple exits in these rooms that carry you to various places in the castle. And I'm all ready. Okay. Trying to figure out what the purpose of... Oh, good lord. Okay. Interesting. Singe, I don't need your interference. Good heavens. No, since he's going to be coming here. Oh, I lost him. Okay, it's too tall. Come up here. No, it's too tall for my feet for whatever reason. Okay. Pain in the my man. Seriously. So you can go left or you can go right. We were already here. Now we know it's actually over there. Now we just gotta make a running jump! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And just like that, they just appear right off the screen. Oh, no, 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 oh, oh. I'll take it. I'll take it. Singe, you are such a pain in the ass. Exit, please. No. And after all that, I sank to the bottom and lost life. Oh man, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, good lord. I'll go there. Okay. 2, 3, jump! Go away! And jump! Seriously? Now I have to go down to this side and then jump. Come on, Dirk, grab the stupid rope. Alright, go. Go. Exit. Hallelujah. Yes, it screams. But you gotta remember, that's what he did in the game, right? And like I said, they didn't have voice actors for the arcade game because they didn't really have that kind of a budget, so they got staffers. The secretary who answered the phone was the voice of Daphne. One of the inkers for the animation was the voice of Dirk. That's just the way it was. But his voice was just so memorable that they pretty much used him. And then when they did Dragon's Lair 2, Time Warp, the next year or so, of course they had to use him again. But even after all that, 20 years later, they made a Dragon's Lair 3, 3D, for the consoles of the time. That would be like the GameCube and the Xbox. And lo and behold, Dan Molina was once again ready for action, and he voiced Dirk the Daring. Let's go, I see a snake in my future. And then we got... This is a... Oh! Oh, there we go. Good job. All right. Oh, instant death. Cannot touch the boss. So what can you touch? See, this platform's up there. Okie doke. Don't know what I can do here. Okay, obviously there's the timing. I have to hit him up there. Okay. Well, now I know what to do. Trial and error. You can't touch the boss. Wow. Suddenly the arcade game isn't that hard anymore. Don't touch the damn snake, Dirk. Now you just literally have to do it all over again. Okay. Exit! Yay! My password is DCAB. Okay. Yes, you had passwords. Thank God. And we're going to call this right here. Like I said, there's a bit of cheating here going on. I have infinite lives, but I actually want to show you the game. Alrighty, so having said that, we're going to switch games. Like I said, there are two games to this one. There is Space Ace. Now, Space Ace it was an unofficial sequel to Dragon Slayer, Space Ace, the arcade game, using the same technology. But this game, they actually made it a little bit harder. It was much more linear, but you didn't always have to play the same game twice. What happens is you could play as Ace or you could play as Dexter, and sometimes it's harder playing one versus the other. Check that out in just a second, but I got to change out the machine. Be right back. Alright, just as before we do this, we're going to show you a couple of things that I've pretty much collected over the years. And that would include these folks here. This would be the figurine set that they've had. They put these out about 20 years ago. They're Daring Daphne. There's Mordrock, the wizard who is the master of Singe, the dragon over there. And it was again to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Dragon Slayer, which was pretty neat, I have to admit, because it's one of those games where did they really do that much? And yes, they did. And this is a poster for commemorating the actual event for Dragon Slayer 3D. Again, they came out for... They have PlayStation on the poster, but I remember seeing it on the GameCube. I remember selling it for the Xbox. In fact, my copy is the Xbox. But I don't remember seeing it on the PlayStation 2. And, of course, they had hats. And this is the actual laser disc that was that's in my room, as a matter of fact. And then for the... I bought a Magnavox CDI. And you're probably saying, what the hell is that? That's a video game system. They call it an interactive system because they meant it for to do more. And you got kind of computer games. You got like the Seventh Guest, Little Dibble. But here, if you had an MPEG cartridge embedded into your system, you could play these games from Rick Dyer. That would be Dragon Slayer, of course, Space Ace in the center. Dragon Slayer 2 Time Warp. And this is Kingdom of the Far Reaches, but in the arcade we called it Thayer's Quest. It is exactly the same game, just differently dubbed. And of course, even little things like a pewter Singe figurine from back in the day. Going back to this, this was neat because this, actually, trying not to dox myself real quickly, it was signed by the creators of Dragon Slayer. That would be Rick Dyer there at the top and Don Bluth on the bottom, and it was given to me. I was quite pleased by that. And this is hanging in my garage right now. This is the actual Dragon Slayer side art that you see on an arcade cabinet. Of course, they come in pairs. And like I said, I was actually going to try to put together an arcade cabinet for Dragon Slayer, because I did indeed have the components for it. But things, of course, gets in the way as far as life, and it never came about. Although I still have, to this day, let me get to the correct camera, lean down here, so you can see that indeed, to this day, I have this. And inside, I have a laser disc. And inside this laser disc sleeve is the actual laser disc game of Dragon's Lair. Like that. This is the 20th anniversary Dragon's Lair that came out in 2003 or 2002. And it was pretty cool. And they only made about 500 of these. Like I said, I was going to go and play that because I had everything I needed to do so, but it never came to be as far as me because I am lazy. Alright, let's fire up Space Ace real quickly as the music continues. Let's see how loud this is. I know it's going to be pretty loud. That's pretty loud.
Defender of justice, truth, and the planet Earth.
Doesn't look too bad here. You can't see it yet, so you just have to forgive me.
Where's that creep?
Borf. Earthlings must surrender to me.
No way, Borf, old buddy.
I've been hit.
By the Infanto Ray.
Earthlings must surrender to me.
Earthlings must surrender to him.
Gain his manhood. Destroy the Infanto Rays. Defeat the evil Borf.
Hey, Borf. Come on, Kimberly, let's go. I've been hit.
Be valiant, space warrior. The fate of Earth is in your hands.
Alrighty. So, folks, this is the sequel to Dragon's Lair, more or less. And that would be Space Ace. Again, same people, Rick Dyer, Don Bluth, but this game, they were a bit more adventurous, I dare say. So let's see how this all works out.
There's Borf's ship.
Ah, wrong way. Oh, good job. Didn't Zelda have a version like... Oh, please. I'll get into that. Oh,
There's Borf's ship.
thank you for reminding me. I gotta watch what flashes. I have been energized into Ace. Oops. Oopsie. It's been forever and a half since I played
There's
this.
Borf's ship.
I thought it'd be easier than this. I was wrong! But here they actually flash things to kind of help you out there. Once again, it's a game of time. Oh!
Whoa!
Oops. Yep, good job, Skip.
You cannot win.
If I play that way, yeah, definitely. I'll go up next time. Like I said, you can play this game more than one way. You could have gone up or down, they both would have been correct. Then they torch you some more. Yes. I'm getting that.
Starpack, request permission to land. Aha! Borf is here.
Alert! Unidentified personnel.
Really?
Surrender, you coward.
Okay.
Aha! Borf is here.
Alert! Unidentified personnel on.
Wow! Aha! Board
So now I've
here.
spent $1.
Unidentified personnel on level 1.
Whoa! Ah!
Seal off all exits to level 1.
Whoa!
Oops, wrong way. This is Space Ace. This is the unofficial sequel to Dragon's Lair.
Unidentified personnel on level 1.
Whoa! Ah!
Seal off all exits to level 1.
I'm getting the hang of it once again.
Whoa!
Nope.
Whoa!
Dexter! Get me out of here!
Hey, either or is okay.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
Oops. Yeah, that's a bad idea.
You will lose.
Yep.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
Okay.
Will lose.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
Okay.
Lose.
Alert.
So far,
Corridors to level 1.
there you go.
You will lose.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
You will lose.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
You will lose.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
There we go. That one for whatever reason, nothing seems to matter. Yes.
All corridors to level 1.
Programmer here.
You will lose.
Alert. Close all corridors to level 1.
You will lose.
I think this is bad. There's a Super Nintendo version waiting. Okay, all the available directions. I know it's not the Energizer. Oh. Okay, up. Okay, there we go.
Oh, far out.
Far out indeed.
You will lose.
Alright. Here we go. There we go.
Oh, far out.
See, I hit the gun too soon. Like I said, if you do things too soon or you do things too late, hey. Yeah.
Oh, far out.
You will lose.
So, in 1991, Leland Corporation released Dragon's Lair 2, the actual sequel. And in their infinite wisdom, they also re-released Space Ace.
Oh, far out.
What do you do? I just gotta wait, I guess.
falls off orders to level 1.
This game was much tougher than Dragon Slayer.
Oh, far out.
Seriously? Well, I got past it, but that didn't last.
Alert, falls off orders to level 1.
So I've spent, what, about $2 of my hard-earned money so far? All the continues?
Oh, far out.
You will lose.
One more try, because I'm looking at the time. Time is almost up, so... There you go. When they re-released this game in 1991, though, they made an 8-way joystick, which made the game even tougher. Oh, I had to fire immediately after. Ah. Oops. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yes. Alrighty, so tough game. Love the fact the game's in stereo, because stereo video games weren't common back in 1983. But there it is. If you want to see the actual game completed, you can probably find that on YouTube. I realized I have one more game to play, and that would be... I love this.
Hold your fire! Who is that creep?
Borf.
Earthlings must surrender to me.
No way, Borf, old buddy.
I've been hit.
By the Infanto Ray.
Earthlings must surrender to me.
Struggle with Dexter to regain his manhood.
Yes.
Destroy the Infanto Rays. Defeat the evil Borf.
Hey, Borf! Come on, Kimberly, let's go. I've been hit.
Be valiant, Space Warrior. The fate of Earth is in your hands.
Indeed. I'll say this. They were quite adventurous. They had come a long way from Dragon's Lair just a year prior to that, with the music score and all the voice acting and everything like that. It was actually quite good for what it was. The only, again, thing was that they broke down quite often, but the big thing was the, well, timing. Again, we're talking about the crash of the video game industry as a whole, not just in the homes, but also in the arcades. And there were some arcade games that did rather well, but it couldn't save it. And the proposed Dragon's Lair 2 that was supposed to come out by 1984 through Nintendo of America never materialized until 1991 through Leland Corporation. Kind of a shame. Okay, so real quickly, I'm going to show you what you thought Dragon's Lair was torture on the NES. I'm going to show you what true torture is for the Super Nintendo. Let me go and change that out real quickly. There you are. Get you back up there. Let's go ahead and put you into this really white screen. This is done by Absolute Entertainment. I don't believe they're around anymore. They actually incorporated the Laserdisc motion picture into the game, by the way, which for a cartridge was incredible. I'm going to give them that. But wait until you play it. Empire Software, I remember them. They're fantastic, normally. And check out the soundtrack. Let me Turn that up, because it is quite low, I've noticed. Why do you have to be low and high and low and high? I don't get it. I don't get it. Recognize the music, it's just like from the Laserdisc game. Even that, where they do the text on the screen. The Infantile Ray. And Dexter, the hero, who becomes Ace, and blah, 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 blah. Your mission, and the thing, and all that kind of crap. Pretty good graphics, being that it's a cartoon, right? And just like its arcade counterpart, it's stereo. Space Dude, alright. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. Let's see what I got here. Jump is B, fire is Y, target left is X, target right is A, energize is L, and watch on is R. Remember that, there will be a quiz. Here we go. Let's do this thing. Can't remember him on the mountainside. Oh, there's Borf shooting with his rays. Oh. Well, that was quick. And there's your animation from the Laserdisc. Pretty cool, actually, when you think about it, considering what it's on. It's on a cartridge. Alrighty. Try one more time. My goodness. I'll say this, there's a lot of death in this game. And of course, that's by you dying. Oh, demon ninnies. Oh man. I shall prevail. I got this. Or something. Man. Just can't win. So as this game stacks up against the arcade original, it is hard, but in a different hard than the arcade game where it was just simply timing and all that kind of stuff. This game was just plain aggravating. There's no way I could win. And it's just simply because of the positioning. You're trying to do pattern and timing, but you have the free motion of that of a video game sprite, and it really, really doesn't translate that well. Controls are pretty good, but it's frustrating. Wow. Get to see the same death scene over and over again. Game over? I'm a space cabbage rating because I got no shots. I was destroyed nothing. My ability is crap, but I got 16 points for style. Not bad. Sure. So as far as the actual game, they tried. They really did try. It's hard to get this type of game into a cartridge so you can play something like this on it. It doesn't quite work that way. But there we go. So what do you all think? No, it kind of ended kind of clunkily, but I'm looking at the time. Literally ran out of time. But I will do this. I'm going to show. I mentioned to show this real quickly. And let me go ahead and switch these over real quickly because I do want to bring up as we come to an end. I want to show you some of the interpretations of Dragon's Lair that we didn't show because of the format, because they're actually on a computer or something else. Because I actually didn't really intend beating Dragon's Lair, but I did, so I was going to actually show you the game. Now I don't have to, but I do want to show the Commodore 64 version of Dragon's Lair 2. So they kind of made their own game based on the game, for what it's worth. As odd as that sounds. So let's take a look at that real quickly. And this is from C64 Long Play. And it just takes right on off. And it tells you where to go, just kind of like the arcade game itself. So there was some good effort of trying to translate the Laserdisc into a playable game for your home. Of course, I couldn't really capture the animation as well. But I dare say they did a good job. Let's get through a little bit more of this. There's the throne room. Yep. You have to avoid the spot on the ground so you can make it through. And this is you're on the horse armor. And see, they made it a bit more than the actual game itself. Even included a soundtrack. It's rather impressive. Yeah, it did. Actually, the looking at Strax's last thing here, it must have costed a lot playing. Yes, it did. Oh, you have no idea. You absolutely have no idea. And my big problem was I was in the arcades a lot. I mean, a lot. Back in those days. It didn't help that we had a friend in the family who had a back room full of arcade cabinets. Not at all. In fact, he's the reason why we even had an Atari and other things. Oh yeah. You have no idea. Black Knight board. The Mudmen stage. So yeah, so there were some interesting interpretations. Let's see, that's the Laserdisc. This is another one from ReadySoft. This is Dragon's Lair 3, Curse of Mordric. Him. And instead of going through the usual, let's just go right into gameplay. Insert disc 2. And they tried really hard. This is from Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp. Imagine loading up diskettes. After diskettes trying to get this into your computer. So there were some good examples of Dragon's Lair for the home if you had the right equipment. And so this is the Alice in Wonderland scene from Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp, which made it Dragon's Lair 3 for this particular adventure. Then some of the boards say totally contrived. Oh yeah. And then Sega CD had Dragon's Lair as well. This is from longplays.org. And this is the reason why I have a Sega CD at all. It was for this game. Dragon's Lair. Which they also made Dragon's Lair and Space Ace for.
Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess.
And this is one of the first ones that actually used the true animation from that of the Laserdisc. sort of.
You control the
backgrounds are static. The animated objects, the creatures like Dirk, the Horseman, Giddygoon, and so forth like that, they were actually taken directly from the Laserdisc. But remember, this only had a 56 color palette, so you can only do so much. Plus, the resolution was not as layered, if you will. Alrighty. Lead on, adventurer. Absolutely. I'm just going to take it towards the center. There's the Black Knight. The animation was pretty cool. The sounds were all there. Everything was pretty much correct. And this is the first time I actually had an optical disc Dragon's Lair for the home, as opposed to a diskette or even the dreaded Nintendo Systems version. So there you have it. And they all played pretty well. That's pretty much how it worked. Straight to the end here.
To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
Well, Strax, Gene, McDuffie, and London Lass, I appreciate you all hanging out here, watching me have a midlife crisis over Dragon's Lair. If you like what you see here, give me a follow for those of you who are maybe catching the VOD later on or whatever like that. The videos that are not here on Twitch that have fallen off are found on my YouTube channel, the same name, @SuperPac Jr. And you can find my misadventures there as I play games. Play role-playing games. I play arcade games, compare them to their console ports, and games that have a theme. They have something in common. And other things of that nature throughout the days. I'm here on Saturdays, Mondays, and Thursdays. Oh, aren't they so cute? Absolutely. Like I said, appreciate you all hanging out here. Thanks a lot. Let's see. Let's hit the old dashboard here. I want to see if I can actually raid somebody. And let's see what we've got here for today as we head on out. Oh, thank you, Ian. Appreciate it. Yes. I'm also going to say this. There is another YouTube channel that I have. It's as old as dirt. And it's /SuperPac. No Junior, just SuperPac. And there was a game show in North America called Match Game. And some places elsewhere, like in Australia, it was called Blankety Blanks. In the UK, it was called Blankety Blank. And had other names throughout, depending on where you are. But Match Game was Match Game was an old game show hosted by Gene Rayburn back in the 1970s and 80s. And as a kid, I had no idea what they were laughing about, but I watched it. And then, of course, it went into rerun. And as an adult, I found I can't believe I even watched this. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ian. But nonetheless, though, if you happen to catch that one, you might get a chuckle of what we were like in North America back in the 1970s. God help us. So, having said that... Oh, I can't say that. Like, I'll be 50 next month, so you know what? Screw it. We're all good here. Let's see. Josh is playing Route 66 Simulator. He is How to Be Quiet is doing Astronomer. Kirsty Arts is playing Phantasmophobia. Rated Tina. Valheim. Oh my goodness. Valheim, rather. Everyone's playing Valheim. I can see why, too. It's a rather interesting game. It's almost like a chill-out game. Well, let's see. What do I got here? I appreciate you all watching. Thank you very much. Like I said, I will see you on Monday evening, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you happen to be out of work, whatever like that. And we'll be playing pretty much How Hard Can It Be? In the meantime, let me go back to this, and I'm going to go ahead and raid How to Be Quiet. I think we can do that. Alright. And we will see you all later. Thanks very much for watching. You have a good day, okay?